Hi, I'm Dale LePage.
And I'm Tina Marie Billing.
Welcome to New England Pride TV.
Yeah, tune in, show us you've got New England pride. Show us you've got New England pride. Stand up, shout out, show us you got New England pride. Show us you've got New England pride. New England pride.
It's now time for Pride Pet segment. Congratulations to founder Julie Utoff and Perfect Life Rescue, a nonprofit shelter rescue. The shelter was formed 5 years ago to save local and southern dogs. They opened the doors last month to their new facility at 510 Hartford Ave West in Uxbridge, Massachusetts.
On Saturday mornings, the big yellow USDA-approved tractor trailer arrives with Pets LLC and Animal Planet on its side. Many of these pups arriving are from overcrowded, high-kill southern shelters. On Monday afternoons, all dogs are vetted to receive a state health certificate, which certifies that they are safe to be released into the public on Monday nights. Perfect Life opens its doors, welcoming adopters to visit with adoptable dogs. To find out more information, you can go to perfectliferescue.org. That's it. I love that we do these Pride Pet segments.
Yes, me too.
We'll be right back.
New England Pride TV is brought to you by the Hanover Theater for the Performing Arts, Remax Vision, Bay State Savings Bank, Safe Homes, Joseph Gonzalez Dofrain, Boston Wedding Photographer, Paul Chasen Interior Design, Nuovo Restaurant, Dr. Frank P. Fetchner Plastic Surgery, Fallon Health, The Queen's Cups, Escape Games Worcester, The Fireplace Room Restaurant, Uniquely Your Decor, Art Reach, Electric Haze, Bull Mansion, Ellie's Pet Barn, Photo Documentation Services LLC, and Next Level Pet Care.
Hey kids, we're back with more New England Pride. I am so proud to be sitting with Doreen Collins, who is an actress, stand-up comedian, and my new best friend. Because we met about a month ago, 2 months ago. All right.
Yeah. I've been thinking about you ever since.
I know you've been texting me. It's getting annoying. So we actually were judges at the Rhode Island Pride pageant, and let me tell you, I said this before, and I mean it. I have a crush on Providence, Rhode Island. They do things so amazing there. Have you ever judged an event where each judge got their own iPad?
No.
Right.
Did you take yours home?
No, I could have.
We weren't
You
supposed
took
to.
yours. All right. Doreen is here at my request to plug her book and plug her upcoming events. We're going to get right into it. The book is called Confessions of a Working Girl, or How to Get Laid Off. Or How to Get Laid Off. All right. First of all, the cover of the book is hysterical because here's you in your many jobs. Now, one thing that made me start just laughing right away was the titles of your chapters. For example, Women versus Gravity. I can only guess what that's about. I can't wait, right? The Magic of Macy's. So you worked at Macy's.
I did.
Yeah. And
Macy's Herald Square, not some
in New York.
In New York.
Right.
Yes.
You're from New York?
I spent my formative years in New York.
In New
I
York.
moved to New York at 17 and stayed there on and off for 20 years.
Now, were all these many? Now, I don't know how many chapters there are. 28 chapters.
But they're short.
Does that mean you've had 28 careers?
No, just 28 that had funny moments.
Oh,
I've
more
had
than
even more than 28 careers. Well, when you're in entertainment, you
Yes.
have to subsidize, and
Yes.
when you're not a very good entertainer, you really have to subsidize. But no, these are some of the these are some of the funnier ones.
All right. Okay.
I wanted another volume.
I'm sure
Jobs, book 2.
There's going to be book 2. I'm sure, right?
I've had 4 more jobs since I wrote it.
But one, I mean, really, trying a different position at work.
Yes.
Okay. Wedding Bell Blues.
I was an unknowing wedding planner.
Oh, that must have been so stressful.
Well, it wasn't supposed to be. I was asked, my brother's boss at the time, who was living in Boston but getting married in Rhode Island, said, would you bring the flowers to the wedding, which was going to be on a beautiful, cliffside at Beavertail in Rhode Island? And I was like, yeah, I'll bring your flowers, but why wouldn't you? They're at your mother's house. Why wouldn't your mother bring them? No, I don't trust my mother. Okay, I'll pick up your flowers. So I had my brother with me, and we picked up the flowers, and off we go to Beavertail. And we get there, and we're driving around looking for I guess a tent, because it's outside.
Like an arbor or something.
Something.
Yeah.
And we're driving around, and we're doing laps, and we see a tent, but there's just this, a couple of people running around. So we decided, well, we'll go ask them, do they know where the wedding is? And we get up there, and this woman's like, this is the wedding, but they dropped the chairs off. They didn't set up the 200 chairs. The wedding's in a half an hour.
Oh, my
and we're like,
God.
I said, well, let's set up the chairs. We're here. So we set up the chairs. And the whole time we're like, what an idiot. This wedding planner doesn't show up to set up the chairs. Who's running this show? And so I finally said, who is this wedding planner? What else were they supposed to do that they didn't do?
Yeah.
And she said, bring the flowers. And I went,
No. They were told you were the wedding planner?
and I was supposed to be there to set up chairs.
Oh my
set
God.
up chairs.
You were truly the unknowing wedding planner.
Yes.
All right. The doctor is in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my.
Were you a nurse? Were you a doctor?
No, well, no, I was
Did
7
you
months
play
pregnant.
doctor?
Yeah. No, I was the test dummy. No, I called my my OBGYN. I was 7 months pregnant to find out when my next, checkup was, and she answered the phone, and I went, "Why are you
why is the
answering?"
doctor answering?
Exactly. And
Right.
where's your other hand? And she said, my assistant didn't show up.
Okay.
My assistant didn't show up, and I said, "Well, oh my God!" I said, "I'll be in 20 minutes," figuring I'd help her
Helping
out for
out.
the day.
What a good doobie
And
you are.
2 months later,
You're the assistant?
yes.
To your OB. Okay.
Yes,
great. All right.
scalpel.
Scalpel. No scalpel, please. I have to know this one. Okay. Miss Congeniality. I just, please tell me you were in a beauty pageant.
I was.
Were you?
Well, yeah.
I freaking love this.
One morning I woke up and I went, I want a tiara.
Oh, doesn't everybody?
Well, hello.
I'm gonna
well,
get-
no, I didn't actually until that morning, and I don't know why it came to me then.
I want one now.
Oh, okay. See, now
Yeah.
we'll make that happen.
Okay,
after.
good.
But, and then I just let it go. But then a friend of mine and I were doing an event, and there was this table for Mrs. Rhode Island and this tiara. And so, of course, he and I both,
Please.
oh yeah, we wrestled over that tiara.
Did you steal it?
No, I didn't. But
I know her enough to know that's a legitimate question.
so they talked me into running for Mrs. Rhode
Oh,
Island.
Mrs. Rhode Island.
Yes. So I was like a HUD project. One of my friends made my jewelry. One did hair and makeup. One handmade my gown.
Oh, my
It was just,
God.
he still blames me for his partial blindness. But it was fabulous. But so in I walk with my entourage, and I go, pageants are nasty.
Oh,
They're
I
not-
can imagine.
Oh my
Right.
God!
Right.
They weren't talking to each other, and I'm like, "Hey,
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to no." But so they start doing the awards, and they were like, and best swimsuit, Doreen, yay!
Oh, I'm so proud
Best
of you right
evening
now.
gown, thank you. Best evening gown, Doreen.
Oh my
yay.
God.
Miss Congeniality. Doreen. I'm like, yes, I got this.
Oh my
Then they went
God.
to the top 10. I didn't even play in the top 10. It was the interview.
Oh my God, I'm stunned right now. You
No,
won
don't
those
be.
three and didn't even place in the top 10. Best evening gown, best swimsuit. Okay.
How'd you get, what brings you here today, Doreen?
Is this your interview portion?
Yeah.
All right.
A cab.
What brings you here today, Doreen? A cab. All right.
Why do you want to be Mrs. Rhode Island? I want a tiara.
Did you really say that?
I did.
Yeah.
Because you know what? By that time and spending that time with those women, I didn't.
You didn't want to
want
be.
to.
No,
It
no.
wasn't. They weren't nice.
I'm just gonna go on Amazon and buy one. Yeah.
You should. Well, I'll lend you mine.
I tried to be good at sports until I found out you could buy trophies for that too. So there you go.
Well, and had we grown up today, you wouldn't have had to buy it. You'd
right,
just
wouldn't
get
have to-
one for
right,
showing up.
Showing up. All right, now, for those of you who are all watching on Facebook and your television set, Doreen Collins is one freaking funny lady, and I want you to tell our viewers at home how they can find out more about you, because I know they all want to find, especially since you're Miss Congeniality. Come on. Tell us your website.
Well, can I tell? First, let's plug the book again.
Oh, Amazon.
Amazon.com. Confessions of a Working Girl, or How to Get Laid.
Off.
You know, the original title was Over 50 and Still Getting Laid. ...
Off.
But we didn't want to, you know, I want those 30-year-old people to buy it too.
All
But
right, so Amazon. Go to Amazon, type in Doreen Collins. Doreen Collins, Amazon.com.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. But you know what? These would make really great gifts.
they do. They're great stocking stuffers.
Yeah.
And even if you don't wear stockings, shove them down your pants. But they're little.
Yes.
I write like I read. I have a very short
Super
attention
ADD.
span. Yes.
Yeah.
So they're
Okay.
two-page chapters.
Right.
For God's
So it'll
sakes.
only take me a week to read this.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or bring it in the bathroom. Leave it in the bathroom.
Now, also, you have a website for your performances.
I do.
Okay, what's that?
TheDoreenCollins.com.
The Doreen Collins.
And
It sounds very dynasty.
Well, and the only reason I had to go with
Yep.
is because DoreenCollins.com was already taken by a dead artist in England, and I don't know what she's doing with it. but-
So maybe you should have made it not dead DoreenCollins.com? Maybe. Okay, all right. That's enough. We
that would be
unfortunately
referring to my career.
It's not dead. All right. Unfortunately, we are out of time. Please go to Doreen's website. Go to Amazon. Do everything. Just get the book and support our very funny friend. We'll be back with more New England Pride TV right after this.
Opposed to doing my normal letter and commentary, I want to talk about just being able to inspire people, you know, just by who you are. You don't need all the fancy costumes in order to inspire people. All you have to do is really just be a good person. But the reason why I bring that up is that I received a letter and I want to read it to you. And I want you to understand that anybody can make a difference. We just have to try. I'll just read it and we can enjoy it together. Hi, Lady Sabrina. I know you don't know me, and I'm sure you get a lot of fan mail from lots of people expressing gratitude for changing their lives and etc. This is something similar. However, it wasn't my life you saved. It was my son's. Last year, August of 2017, was a day, a month I will never forget. Before I get into that, I would like to give you a short background. My son has struggled with depression, anxiety, PTSD, just to name a few. He was a generally happy child, loved Barbies and anything that resembled girly. I have always been the mom, you know, the type that doesn't lose her stuff over her son wearing pink or playing with dolls. Fast forward to 6 years old. His behavior started to change. He just wasn't that carefree little boy anymore. I consulted his pediatrician. She suggested therapy, and then he attended therapy for the next 5 years. In that time, things started to go back to what I thought was normal. Happy, carefree, relaxed. That light started to burn again. August 2017 came. He was now 11. I was cleaning his room while he was away with his father for the weekend. I turned up his mattress and found all kinds of crumpled up notes, all addressed to me. Dear Mom, I know you're going to hate me. Dear Mom, I don't know how to say this. Dear Mom, I'm gay. I know you won't love me. So I have packed all my things and I will go live with Dad. Sorry, gets to me a little. There were drawings of him dead. Suicide. He was contemplating death, all because he was gay and truly believed I wouldn't love him. I had to do something. I know it's never one's place to out someone, but if it means saving his life, I'll shout it from the rooftops. Once mentioned, he came out. I told him I loved him. Enough said. That was all he needed, and of course, ice cream. He started attending Rainbows and Confetti in school, and that's where he was introduced to the amazing Lady Sabrina. Aw. During Pride in Claremont, I watched the love of my life watch you. I saw him gain confidence. I saw him. I saw my son. You are who he inspires to be, and for you I am and will forever be grateful. I can't thank you enough for showing my son that he can be who he is and be loved through it. You know my son, Lady Sabrina. After all, you were the one who talked to him at prom. So I'm going to leave that right there. And I think that we should all do good. Back to you, Dale. Love and light, Lady Sabrina.
Hey kids, we are back with more New England Pride TV. I am joined right now by singer, songwriter, entertainer extraordinaire, Mr. Justin Dearborn. Welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
This has been probably a year trying to get you on the show. You're a very busy guy.
Yes.
Now, the first time I met you, or actually was introduced to you, was at a Pride event. You were performing at Pride, and it was fantastic. And I said, I've got to get that guy on New England Pride TV. As a matter of fact, I did a mini interview with you that day.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, that wasn't your first Pride performance, was it?
Yes, actually, it was my first
was.
Pride, and it was the first Pride that I've been to as a audience member as well. So.
Now, how did you find that being your first Pride?
So my manager and I, we have an excellent relationship, and we're always booking new things, and we just contacted them, and I got on the show.
Nice. Nice. Now, what's your manager's name?
Jai.
Jai.
She's the cool lady. She does
shout
all the
out to
business.
Jai, right.
Shout out to Jai. Yeah.
Right. I've been contacting her for this show.
Yes.
And so you performed songs that you wrote?
Yeah, I did a few covers as well. I
Yeah.
did Lady Gaga. I did Michael Bublé.
Which Lady Gaga?
It was Poker Face.
And which Michael Bublé? I'm just curious.
Home. was
I
the-
love that
the slow
song. I love both the songs, actually. Now, you were performing all over New England, and I know you just performed at Boston Pride.
That's right.
What songs did you sing there? Did you sing original tunes or dance songs?
Yes,
or?
I did 4 or 5 original songs. It was an amazing experience. It was really fun to be able to do that show.
Nice.
And yeah, I had a lot of fun.
Great. Now, one of the things that I always ask our musician guests, and because I'm so curious about this, and I love hearing these stories. Now, you are a songwriter, and how long have you been a songwriter? When did you start writing?
I started singing and writing songs when I was 10 years old.
Wow, that's super young.
Yeah.
Do you remember
so,
like those
so.
songs at all?
Yeah.
Did you try to
Yeah, no, we
did,
won't-
you,
we
did
won't.
you try to like remix them and make them work for another time? Did you?
So at the time I was also like producing music. I taught myself how to produce music,
Yeah.
and I would take singing lessons and dance classes, and that's kind of how I got everything started with the music from there.
I'm going to get back to the songwriting, but you just said dance lessons.
Mm-hmm.
So that reminds me of, and I wanted to let our viewers at home know, that I saw you again a few months later. I was a judge at a songwriting competition, and I'm sitting there at the judges' table, and in walks Justin. And you did a fantastic job, and the thing that I really liked that nobody else did is you were up there moving, and you had a great stage presence.
Yeah, well, thank
And
you.
nobody did that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people just focus on the instrument. They play guitar and they sing, but when I do my shows, I like to be more theatrical with it, be more engaging, and I obviously do the choreography as well sometimes. So.
And it is engaging. Now, how many instruments do you play? Do you play piano?
I play piano a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah, I haven't done that in a while, but yes, I do play piano.
Now, do you do your background tracks yourself? Do you have a band that you work with? How do you get those?
Sometimes. So
Yeah.
most of the time I record my own vocals, just because I'm very meticulous with what I like,
Right.
and I come up with all the harmonies and the layers.
And I loved that.
Yeah.
It was like layer upon layer upon layer
Yeah.
of these beautiful harmonies.
Yeah.
And you're singing the lead. It was awesome.
Awesome, thank
and,
you.
And I when this was at the judges table, and I was like, he's doing all those harmonies. And I said to the judge next to me, he goes, he is? I'm like, yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, if people need to know that.
It's quite the process,
right.
definitely.
What is the process of that?
So I usually get a track, just the instrumental track from a producer, and we go back and forth making changes to it until
Yeah.
I feel like it's what I want
Yeah.
and what I want to talk about. And then I go in and I write the lyrics, and like I said, do all the layers, the harmonies, and make some changes from there. And then hopefully, if it's good enough, I release it as a single.
So a lot of songwriters I talk to write the lyrics first and the melody, but you get the music first.
Yeah.
And you write to go along with that.
I mean, it varies. That's probably the most common thing that I do is get the melody first, and then
Yeah.
I write the lyrics. But sometimes I'll work off of a song title if I have an idea for that. So it's just kind of however my creative brain takes me. So wherever we go.
Whichever way the
Yeah.
juices flow, right?
That's right.
Now, what's the last song that you wrote?
The last song that I've written was Masterpiece. That was a single that came out a while ago. And it was a really cool song because it was kind of different than anything I've ever done. It has this whole like EDM feel to it. And I've actually never performed it because it's very electronic and it would be very difficult to do that. But yeah, go check it out. YouTube.com/Justin Dearborn Music, and you can see all the singles there.
Are all the links to all your videos also on your website?
Yes.
Yes,
Yep.
good.
Facebook.com/Justin Dearborn Music, as well as ReverbNation.com/Justin Dearborn Music.
Right. Now, how long have you been singing professionally?
Professionally, since I was...
Don't say since you were 10.
No, 17. 17 is when I
okay. So
really...
just 2 years ago. Right.
No,
Yeah.
not 2 years ago. Yeah, that's when I really got my start doing it more like, out there and doing paid shows and things like that.
Yeah. In the beginning, when you were first starting to get gigs, because a lot of musicians, singers, songwriters that I know have such a hard time getting gigs. That's why great management is so helpful. It's so helpful.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. It's all the the people you surround yourself with is what makes it.
Now, how was the Hard Rock?
The Hard Rock was very fun. It's an iconic venue,
Yes.
so that was really great. And I had all my fans up front, and they knew the
Nice.
words, so that was always
Oh, isn't that that's wonderful.
gratifying to see that they know the material.
They know the
so,
material.
Yeah.
And I had something really kind of rare for me. You probably get this all the time, but I did a gig last weekend, and we always ask if there's any requests. And somebody actually sent in a request, and it was an original tune, which that's never happened before.
You were like, wow,
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
somebody likes my stuff.
Yeah.
And it must be such an overwhelming feeling of love to look out into that crowd and see people singing along to your original tunes. They know all the words. They know.
Yeah,
That must
it's
be wonderful.
very cool. Growing up, I've always had a hard time accepting myself. But when I get on stage and see everyone just being really supportive and everything like that, it just makes me feel really cool. So
Yeah, and from a performance standpoint, that just feeds you with so much energy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just to see
the audience has to be
Right.
If they're not, then it's like okay.
Absolutely.
But yeah.
Absolutely. Now, what do you have coming up for us? I know you're performing at a bunch of prides, and let's see, you have any singles coming out this year?
I do have a single coming out. It's called Crucify, and it's also something that's very different than what I've done before. And I'm in the process of just writing that and working with the producer to get the track the way I want. And that should be out soon. We don't have an exact release date thus far, but
I love that you just in this interview you said about 2 different songs. It's very different. So you're really like stretching your
Always.
creativity, and
Yeah.
I love that.
yeah, I don't like to repeat the same stuff. Every track
Yeah.
that I make, I like to make it like totally different than what I've done before.
And a lot of your stuff is very danceable, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do dance
wonderful.
pop.
Dance pop. That's how you describe your genre?
Yes,
Dance pop?
and electro pop.
Electro pop.
Whatever I'm feeling, maybe some hip hop influence.
Love it. I absolutely love that. I will see you at Pride. I'll be there too, and New England Pride will be set up at the Worcester Pride. And if you're there, please come over and get another interview and another shout out. We'll tell you how awesome you are again. And
All right, thank you.
this is unfortunately, these interviews are way too short for me, but that's what we have to do time-wise.
Okay.
So we have come to the end of this interview. What I need to know from you is, how can people buy your music, find you, stalk you?
Maybe so. Again, facebook.com/Justin Dearborn Music, reverbnation.com/Justin Dearborn Music. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram as well, if you just search my name.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. We'll be back with more New England Pride right after this.
Hello, and welcome back to Rod's Propaganda. There are a lot of serious problems in the world these days, so today I would like to talk to you about soap. Yes. I was with a friend who took me to Lush, which is a place I'd never heard of, but it is a whole store that just sells soap. But do they have Irish Spring? No, they do not. So, Lush is one-stop shopping when all you need is fancy soap. And this is how rich people spend their days. Normal people, we go to the supermarket and we get everything we need. Rich people are like, oh, I had such a busy day today. I had to go to Lush to get soap, went to Amy's for fresh bread, and I got all the ingredients for the guacamole at separate farmers markets. Don't ask me why rich people are British, it's just a fact. So we went in and the salesperson comes up to us and says, "What brings you here today?" So I said, "Poor judgment." I know it's hard to believe, but I'm obnoxious in real life too. So this place is too fancy for Ivory or Dove, and none of its customers would be caught dead being zestfully clean. No, their gimmick is something called a bath bomb, which is basically like bubble bath from when you were a kid, but in solid form. Just add water, and it detonates. So I buy the cheapest one, and my friend gets the bath bomb of his dreams, and we leave. But before we part, I said, I don't know what to do now. I don't feel qualified to do this without supervision. But I don't want supervision, no. So do they have a support line that I could call? Hello, I'm naked in my bathroom and filling the tub with water, and I need some help. Representative. No, I mean, am I supposed to put it in before I fill it with water? Is there an optimal time for me to drop the bomb? I spent $5 on this. This needs to be a Facebook life event for me. And actually, according to the bag that it came in, it's fresh, handmade, and 100% vegetarian. Honest to God. No comment, because that's all the time we have for Rod's Propaganda.
Time to end the show right now. Please don't be afraid to shine your light.
Because you might be lighting the way for someone in need.
That's right. We're going to end the show with Justin Dearborn's music right now.
I can still shut down a party. I can hang with anybody. I can drink whiskey and red wine, champagne all night, a little scotch on the rocks, and I'm fine, I'm fine. But when I taste tequila, baby, I still see you cutting up the Florida sorority t-shirt, the same one you wore when we were sky high in Colorado. Your lips pressed against the bottle, swearing on a Bible, baby, I'd never leave you. I remember how bad I need you. When yeah. Tune in, show us you've got New England pride. Show us you've got New England pride. Stand up, shout out, show us. You got New England pride, show us. You've got New England pride, New England pride.